Today's video is on rabies, the silent killer. In the shadows of our world, a deadly virus lurks. It's ancient, relentless, and almost always fatal. This is the story of rabies, a disease that has haunted humanity for centuries, striking fear into hearts and minds. Today we unravel its secrets, explore its impact, and discover how we are fighting back. Rabies is not just a disease, it's a master of disguise, spreading silently through bites, scratches, and even a single drop of saliva. But what makes this virus so terrifying? And why in the 21st century does it still claim thousands of lives every year? Let's dive in. Rabies is caused by a virus in the Lyssavirus genus, a microscopic predator with a chilling strategy. Shaped like a bullet, it targets the nervous system, hijacking the body's own pathways to reach the brain. Once there, it triggers a cascade of devastating symptoms. First documented over 4,000 years ago in ancient Mesopotamia, rabies has been a scourge across civilizations. Its name comes from the Latin rabere, meaning to rage, a fitting description for the madness it induces. Unlike many viruses, rabies is nearly 100% fatal once symptoms appear. But here's the catch: it can lie dormant for weeks, even months, before revealing itself. This silent incubation period is what makes it so dangerous. Rabies spreads primarily through the bite of an infected animal. Dogs are the most common culprits, responsible for close to 99% of human cases worldwide. But bats, raccoons, foxes, and even cats can carry the virus. When an infected animal bites the virus, its saliva enters the wound. From there, it creeps along nerve fibers, moving at a pace of about 1 centimeter per day until it reaches the brain. This journey can take anywhere from 10 days to a year, depending on the bite's location and the victim's immune response. Once in the brain, the virus causes encephalitis inflammation that leads to hallucinations, aggression, and irrational fear of water, known as hydrophobia. This symptom is so distinctive that it's become a hallmark of the disease. Hydrophobia occurs because the virus disrupts the brain's swallowing reflex, making even a sip of water agonizing. It's a cruel twist, as the body craves hydration but rejects it in terror. Rabies is a global crisis, claiming approximately 59,000 lives each year, according to the World Health Organization. Over the last 5 years, from 2020 to 2024, this translates to nearly 295,000 deaths worldwide, predominantly in Africa and Asia. Africa accounts for 60% of these deaths, about 35,400 annually, while Asia contributes 36%, or roughly around 21,240 lives lost each year. India alone bears a staggering burden, accounting for 65% of rabies deaths in Southeast Asia. Between 2020 and 2024, an estimated 57,178 people succumbed to the virus in India. Historically, annual deaths reached 20,000, but recent surveys suggest a decline to around 5,726 deaths per year, thanks to improved access to vaccines and dog control programs. Yet, underreporting remains a challenge. Hospital data in 2022 recorded only 307 deaths, while community studies reveal thousands more, often in rural areas. Children under 15 are especially vulnerable, making up 40% of bite victims, often attacked while playing with stray dogs. In states like Kerala, where 21 deaths were reported in 2022 alone, and Tamil Nadu, with 18 deaths in 8 months of 2023, the fight is far from over. These numbers highlight both progress and the persistent threat in high risk regions. In developing nations like India, limited access to post exposure prophylaxis, the life saving treatment after a bite, fuels the epidemic. A single course can cost more than a month's wages for some families, and only 10% of eligible cases receive the critical immunoglobulin component. In contrast, countries like the United States and much of Europe have nearly eliminated human rabies through aggressive animal vaccination programs. But even here, the virus persists in wildlife, posing a constant threat. While dogs dominate human infections, bats are the silent carriers. In the Americas, bat rabies is a growing concern. Unlike dogs, bats can transmit the virus through tiny, unnoticed bites, making them a hidden danger. Bats don't just carry rabies, they are a natural reservoir, meaning the virus can live in their populations without killing them. This makes eradication nearly impossible. In 2024, the CDC reported over 5,000 rabid animals in the US, with bats topping the list. To combat wildlife rabies, innovative solutions are in play. In Europe and North America, oral vaccines are airdropped into forests, targeting foxes and raccoons. These baits have slashed wildlife cases, but the battle is far from over. The human cost of rabies is staggering. Beyond the physical agony, the emotional toll is profound. Families watch helplessly as loved ones succumb to a preventable disease, often because help came too late. The survivor story is rare. For most, the window of treatment closes quickly. Post exposure prophylaxis, or PEP, must be administered before symptoms appear. It involves a series of shots over 2 weeks, including rabies, immunoglobulin to neutralize the virus. PEP is a modern miracle, but it's not foolproof. Delays, improper administration, or lack of access can render it useless. And once symptoms start, only a handful of experimental treatments, like the Milwaukee Protocol, offer a slim chance of survival. The fight against rabies is a race against time. Scientists are working on next generation vaccines that are cheaper, easier to administer, and effective with fewer doses. One promising approach is a single shot vaccine that could revolutionize treatment in low resource areas. On the ground, global initiatives are making strides. The World Health Organization's Zero by 30 campaign aims to eliminate human rabies deaths by 2030. The strategy? Simple. Vaccinate 70% of dogs in high risk areas, breaking the cycle of transmission. Education is the key. Teaching people to avoid stray animals, report bites, and seek immediate care is saving lives. In some regions, mobile apps now connect bite victims with nearby clinics, cutting down on deadly delays. Rabies is a formidable foe, but it's not invincible. With global cooperation, innovative science, and community action, we are closer than ever to relegating this ancient killer to the history books. Every vaccinated dog, every treated bite, and every educated community brings us one step closer to a world free of rabies. But the clock is ticking. The virus doesn't rest, and neither can we. Rabies may be a silent killer, but our resolve is louder. Together, we can end its reign of terror for animals, for humans, and for the future of mankind. See you in the next video. Thank you for staying with us. Have a nice day. That's all for this epic tale, packed into one thrilling ride. 10-minute Tales brings you big stories in small time frames, diving deep and delivering fast. If you have missed a moment, please rewatch, share, and join us next time for another unforgettable adventure. Until then, keep chasing the stories that shape our world. Have a nice day.